Hello, my name is Riva Zmajoki. I'm a reader. I adore to read, and in my segment Skewed Review, I will review books as well as authors, series, and movies. Anything really what comes to my mind. And in today's segment, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite writers, Guy Gavriel Key. This is beautiful book I got for a present from my brother, and I still haven't come around to read it. And in this book, Guy Gavriel Key used Croatia as inspiration for his setting, so I look forward to that, and I'm quite nervous about reading it. Guy Gavriel Key is one of my favorite authors, and I might say a bit controversial thought is that I prefer him over Tolkien. His style of fantasy is much more dear to me than Tolkien's because of its modernity, and his characters are much less divine, much more ordinary. I prefer ordinary characters over divine characters, as I prefer Hobbit over Lord of the Rings. But for Guy Gavriel Key, why I love him so much is not because I think that he's super perfect or that his writing is immaculate, which it is. He has really decent styles, and I didn't come across anyone with a similar style, so I do like his style of writing. But the thing that makes him to stand apart from the rest of authors is that I read each and every book he wrote. This one is forthcoming, and I'm looking forward to it. And there is a strange reason why I read all his books, because usually when I find an author, I adore reading it, but after a few books, I get a feel of their signature style. In a sense, that's quite ironic because even when someone writes superbly, like Virginia Woolf or Isabel Allende, after a few books, I just get a feel of their style. It's like I enjoyed the beautiful writing, and I enjoyed the story, but somehow I'm good. I don't need any more of this, because when I read Hermann Hesse when I was young, I made a mistake, and that mistake shaped my reading habits. I read too much of him because I liked his style and it was something new and different. And I read Steppenwolf, and then Narcissus, and other books, and then I got to his pearls, glass pearls. I don't know the name of it anymore. It was so long ago. But the thing is that I got a feel of him, and I pressed on to read on the book I wasn't really into, and somehow I wasn't able to get back to him and read him ever again. I just got overdosed with Hermann Hesse. And somehow I avoided to do that with all other authors, because I always thought the life is long. There's not so much good literature as one would expect. It would be nice to be able to get back and read something new of them, and not spend all their opus in one go. Like a few years back, I found new Ursula Le Guin I didn't read yet, and even Ursula isn't with us anymore. I got the chance to read something new from her, and it was superb. But with Guy Gavriel Key, the point is that his work is for me divided in half. There's a half of his book I adore. I completely am mesmerized with them, and another half I just despise. And it's ironic, and because I don't think that the other half of the books is any lesser or any worse written than the ones I like. It's just a matter of the end. The way he ends the story determines for me, will I like it or will I hate it? Because that taught me another lesson about my writing, is that for me the end is extremely important. That got confirmed recently as I watched K-dramas. Is I can enjoy the show thoroughly, but if they end it wrong, that show is dead for me. I won't go back to it to see that end that disagree with me. So Guy Gavriel Kay just makes ends diversely, and it's not always the same end in the same formula. And that sense of unpredictable uncertainty is the thing that makes me to read his books uh, all one by one, because I'm in a waiting to see, is this the book that I will like, or is this the book that I will hate when it's over? And his style is so nice and smooth that I can read anything he writes, but only when I reach the end, uh, I find out, is this the book I like, or is this the book I hate? And I'm not even sure the formula for my sense of hate or love towards his ends, but the mere sense of different outcomes of uncertainty makes me go back to him and read him again and read him anew. And the fact that he isn't uniformed, that not each of his books is the same, makes me want to see what this book is all about, who are these characters, and how will they end, because I'm never sure how they will end. And that's the thing I love about his writing. Maybe that's the reason he wasn't. At least I'm not aware that any of his books turned to movies, because his books are really character oriented, and I really can't see them made into movies. They're so complex and beautiful. Like Tigana, the first book of him I ever read. I love Tigana. Tigana is on the side I loved. But when I remember it, I'm not sure would I appreciate that end now when I'm older. Who knows? People change. I know I did change too, but it would be interesting to know one day when I have enough time to read it again, because nowadays I barely have time to read new stuff. This Children of Earth and Sky sits on my shelf for a year now. I still didn't haven't got the chance to get around to it. Anyway, there's much thing to do, much to do, and there are new things to write, and I will go on, get busy with writing, and I'll read when I have time again. See you around. Bye.